Hey there, in this video I'm going to walk you through some of the notions that I personally love when it comes to making modern triangles. Hey there everyone, it's Rebecca Bryan here from Bryan House Quilts. So I've been doing some filming today for the Modern Triangle Quilts book, and so I thought I'd pop on here really quickly to talk through some of my very most favorite notions for making modern triangle quilts. So what I've done is I've put everything that I use for modern triangle quilts on my table here. I thought I would talk through every notion that I love when it comes to making modern triangles. In a few weeks, inside the Make Modern Triangles program, we are starting our new Block of the Month program, the Wildflower Block of the Month program. And so members are busy picking out their fabric, whether they're getting a kit from me or they're choosing their own fabric. We're getting ready to jump into month one. And like I mentioned, I have been filming some of the content for the Wildflower Block of the Month today. So what I would love to talk about is just how to get ready for a successful Modern Triangle Block of the Month. So of course, step one, you have to have the Modern Triangle Quilts book, right? And it's available on Amazon, but you can also get a signed copy from me in my shop. I kind of hide my signature here in the first place there. So step one, a copy of Modern Triangle Quilts, of course. And then step two, you'll need your fabric. For the Wildflower Block of the Month, I'm using 3 different colors for the samples. And I know I'll get questions about this, so I'm using Pearl Pink for Kona Cotton, or they're from Kona Cotton rather. So Pearl Pink, Camellia, and Pomegranate. These are some of my very most favorite pinks. So I know I'll get questions. So Kona Cotton, those are the colors I'm using. Okay, so in the first part of all the Block of the Month programs I run, we start off really easy with strip pieced blocks. So just the piece blocks that are like basically cut from strip sets, right? And so my favorite notions for those are a rotating cutting mat. So actually, let me get, so a rotating cutting mat. I'm trying to see one of the triangles from Wildflower, but I don't. So a rotating cutting mat, that way you can cut the triangle from the strip set. You can either, if you have an acrylic triangle ruler already, you can absolutely use an acrylic triangle ruler. I recommend that if you're looking to invest in an acrylic triangle ruler, you at least get one that is 8 inches tall. That's the regular size of equilateral triangles from Modern Triangle Quilts. For Wildflower, we're making 4-inch triangles, and we're also 4-inch triangles mostly, but some of our background triangles are the 8-inch pieces. So if you have an acrylic triangle ruler, you can absolutely use one. You might notice that I've got washi tape. Washi tape is like one of my favorite secret weapons when it comes to rulers. So I've marked the 4-inch location on my acrylic ruler here, and I also have marked the 8-inch location on my acrylic ruler there. That way I can put my strip set down, line up the base of the triangle, and then cut both sides without really having to think about it. And I can enjoy my creative flow that way. Okay, so if you don't have an acrylic ruler, if you don't want to spend the $30 or $40 to get an acrylic ruler, you can make your own ruler template using Quilter's Template Plastic. And so Quilter's Template Plastic is this like flexible plastic that you can get from Amazon. And don't worry, I'll put all the links to where you can get these things in the description afterwards. But you can get some Quilter's Template Plastic here. And then in the back of the book, you'll find all the pattern pull-out pages. And so what you'll be able to do is make your own. And if you are a part of the Make Modern Triangles program, I provide you these templates that you can just print out. The pattern pull-out pages in the back of the book, they're on big sheets of paper. They're a little bit unwieldy, So I just find that printing it out on your home printer can be just a little fun, extra time-saving step. And so what you would do is you would just draw your own template on the plastic. And this, I think, is like, I can't remember how much this is, but it's a few dollars. And then you would have your template. So I've got my template already here. So again, with the washi tape, I've got the washi tape on the back of my templates here, and it prevents the fabric from, or prevents the template from slipping on the fabric. All right, so favorite notions so far: Modern Triangle Quilts book, rotating cutting mat, a acrylic triangle ruler if you have it. If you don't, Quilter's template plastic, and you can make your own. And then of course a ironing station. Mine's off the side here. Just any old ironing station will do. An ironing board and an iron. I like these wool mats mostly because I can put it on my filming space. It's small and it's portable, so I can take it in and out of my sewing space as well as my filming space, because they share spaces. All right, so those are my favorite notions when it comes to strip piecing. And again, strip piecing, those are the types of blocks we start out with in the Block of the Month programs. They're just super easy to start out with. Okay, so the second type of triangles we mainly make from Modern Triangle Quilts is foundation pieced triangles. And so I am a strict proponent of freezer paper piecing. And I love freezer paper piecing so much that I invest in printable freezer paper. So these are freezer paper sheets that you can send through your printer. Again, with all my Block of the Month programs, I provide the foundations in printer ready format, so you can just download it and print away. And of course you have that 1-inch test square. So before you print away, make sure your 1-inch test square is printing out at actually 1 inch. So I love to invest in Quilter's freezer paper that you can print. Of course, you can buy freezer paper by the roll. You'll find rolls of freezer paper in your grocery store where the rolls of foil or the cling wrap is. Same location there. And I know I haven't done this myself, but I have heard of quilters cutting that freezer paper down to fit through the printer. So that could be something you might try. But I mean, honestly, the quilters, the printable freezer paper is, you know, it's affordable. I think it's like $12 for 30 sheets. So it's definitely worth a few dollars to save you that time of making your own. All right. And then the second notion I really, really love for freezer paper piecing is an add a 1/4 inch ruler. And this has been one of my favorite purchases. Again, it's a few dollars. I think it's like $8 or something. And when I first started sewing, I was so notion resistant. I was like, I've got my sewing machine, I've got my iron and my cutting mat. I don't need anything else. But now that I've started to add some of these extra little notions, my life has just been so much more enjoyable and easy with these little notions. So it's the little things, right? Okay, so I think that is it in terms of my favorite notions. The last thing I wanted to mention that will help you piece the modern triangles is different types of feet. So with a lot of the modern triangles, you want to pay close attention to having a scant 1/4 inch. So having a 1/4 inch foot is really helpful. And I'll zoom in here on my 1/4 inch foot. It depends on what type of manufacturer your sewing machine is. I use a Janome, and you know, these 1/4 inch feet are going to look different. Mine has this little flange here that runs along the fabric here. So yeah, just having a 1/4 inch foot is super helpful for sewing scant 1/4 inch seam allowances. And then the other foot that I use when I'm making my modern triangles is a walking foot. And this helps with freezer paper piecing. So these are the 2 feet that I will use on my sewing machine when I'm making modern triangles. So to close us out, as we get ready to start our Block of the Month program for 2021, I wanted to talk through some of my favorite notions for piecing modern triangle quilts. And so I talked about the Modern Triangle Quilts book. I talked about the fabric that I'm going to be using. And then I talked about my notions that I love, starting with notions that are used for piecing the triangles. So we had the acrylic triangle ruler, if you happen to have one. Not necessary. If you don't want to buy an acrylic ruler, you can make your own from Quilter's template plastic. And when it comes to a cutting mat, I love the rotating cutting mat. It helps trim those triangles without you having to pick up the triangle. And so those are my favorite notions when it comes to piecing. And then for foundation piecing, I love freezer paper, and I love it so much I invest in the printable freezer paper. And then finally, my add a 1/4 inch ruler. And then I talked about the 2 different feet that I use for my sewing machine. All right, so to close us out, I talked about my favorite notions for piecing modern triangles. If you're interested in trying a modern triangle, I wanted to let you know that if this is your first time hearing about modern triangles, I do have that book, of course, right there, but I wanted to let you know that I've got these are free samples. So if you wanted to try your hand at making some modern triangles, I have this free pattern on my blog. I'll link to it in the description below. But from that pattern, you'll be able to make these cute little triangles here and try modern triangles and see if you like it. All right, so those are my most favorite notions for making modern triangles. Do you have a notion that you love that I didn't mention here? Be sure to drop your favorite notion for piecing modern triangles below in the comments. And that way, other members will be able to see different notions that they can try out. And see if there's a notion that you love, you can share it below. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.